What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dave's House and their DCUO commentary. Today I'm bringing you Area 51 alert, the Tier 1 51 alert with my league here. We have Black Torch tanking. Mr. E is on his electric tune, just got to 30. He is our healer. And Cosmic Bolt is going to be our DPS for this. He is also our electric tune here, so we can see both healing and DPS for both stances for the electricity power. And I am on my Onyx Void here doing the filling in for the controller role. One thing I always like to try and point out for alerts, especially the harder alerts, you always want to try and get in there with a evenly mixed group. You have a tank, healer, and a DPS. Once you get better gear, you can definitely go in with just a couple of DPS. Maybe you can maybe skip out on one of the roles. I would highly recommend though that you make sure that you have a healer with you, because the boss fights can be difficult at times depending on which alert you are in. But yeah, you definitely want to when you're first starting out with these, you want to get into a solid group, solid balanced group for these. I'm not going to show where all the collections and where all the investigations and briefings are at. You'll see them around there. We went around and grabbed them afterwards, but there is a guide for all of the briefings and investigations that I will provide a link for in the description below, so you can go through and find all of them. The guide, I did not produce this guide. I had absolutely nothing to do with this guide. The guys over at MMORPG for Life were the ones who put the guide together, and obviously they had a lot of people contribute to that. I got lucky and found it a while back, and it helped me a lot to complete my investigations and briefings feats. So here we are. We'll see. You may see right there the electrical aura around my hands and all that. My DPS has used that to increase the weapon damage for us. You can see from the little green arrow we had up there. This is one of the longer alerts, but it's a fairly easy alert to do. So check out the group loot here. Had a lot of stuff, and the blue item there is a rare healer snake style. Actually, it drops, the snake style for healers drops a lot in this game. It's the regular DPS one that is a rare build, and there you see me. I'm going around and I'm farming up these orange barrels there to try to get my next orange barrel buster feat. Then we go up here to this boss fight here. Yeah, the electrical healing. It's a fire and forget healing, like they've said, but it really is. And I've found that with an electrical healer, it makes the controller's job a lot easier, keeping them powered up, because they cast off that heal, and for the group heals and everything like that, and those heals will sit on you. As you can see, I kind of have like a blue electrical aura. You can barely see it around my feet there. That means he's cast out a fire. He's cast a healing power, where once my health gets below 35%, the power will go off and it will give me a nice heal. Now he's told me that he has had heals, even though he has like no gear. He's told me he's gotten heals of around 350 off of those. So that's really impressive, the amount of heals there, because this is a brand new character for him, as it is for everybody, because power respect tokens aren't out yet. But yeah, the DPSing is really good too. I mostly I haven't you've seen in my Let's Plays too, there are some powers that are very, very effective, But mostly with the DPS powers, I've noticed just the effects, the visual effects, the imagery of them is just spectacular looking, and really nice to see. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna finish this up. I'm getting harassed by that little ship of his there, and finish up this boss fight here.
Now to salvage Cadmus's forces and retake their ammunition supply point. If resistance
Psycho, also, obviously, because I am in a controller stance, I do not have priority yet, so I need it on it. And DPS, obviously, because that's a DPS piece, he gets priority, so he can need on that if he wants, and everybody else can greed in case he doesn't want it. And it's a fair grab for anybody else who needs it. If you have items like that and you don't need them for like style or anything like that, it's always nice to pass on them. That way you can make sure like somebody else who is in the group, you know, your healer or your tank or whichever role, can need on that or agreed on that if they want to collect that style out, because that it does finish out a style feat for the Psycho set. But this is always an annoying area, those Brainiac Interceptors. These are obviously, I don't believe they're in the normal alert. Oh, one thing too, mention about how, you know, when I'm leveling up a character, I don't go through the normal alerts while I'm doing it. Simply because, yeah, you do get the experience and everything for it, but it saves time. Because honestly, the only time you need to run the normal Area 51 alert, that's just my opinion, the only time you really need to run the normal Area 51 alert is if you're looking for the rare drop from the last boss, which I believe is the Retro Tech feat. I can't be sure about that. I think that's what it is. And to get the speed feat for the normal alert. So that's the only times you really need to run the normal Area 51 alert. Now, the mission that you have for the Area 51 alert with the loot reward there, armor piece there that you get as a reward, you will complete that mission out by running the Tier 1 hard Area 51. So outside of that, you saw the nice little blue aura there I had around myself and healing. Outside of that, you really don't need to worry about running the normal alert, except for, like I said, the rare loot drop from the final boss or the time feat. So that's why, you know, when these guys got the 30 here, you know, opted to go in there. Yeah, the animations for the healing powers are just spectacular. I love them. I've joked around with some of the guys in my league and all that. It's looks very, very sexy.
Increase security measures in the immediate vicinity.
So we are steadily going through here. We obviously weren't really going for the speed feat. If we were going for the speed feat, we probably would have rolled in here with, you know, Torch here, DPSing. He's one of our most geared tanks that we have in our league. But yeah, we probably would have come in here with Torch DPSing. I would have stayed controller. My controller here is actually not that bad gear-wise. I still have some skill points I need to grind up for him and everything. I'm getting close to 50 skill points with him. But I've mostly been plugging into like Tier 1 alerts and Tier 2 alerts, and actually took him for the first time into a FOS 1 raid, because I do have, I did get his combat rating up to 53 with the gear that I have for him. It's mostly raid drop gear, to be honest with you, but yeah, I have been able to get the combat rating up for him, so I was able to get into an FOS 1. And had a good time controlling that. I love mental controlling in this game. For PvE wise, it's by far the easiest controller power we had. It's in the game. The other controller we had in there, he wasn't bad, but I was struggling to keep the rest of the team powered up, simply because hard light power is not that great for PvE, in my opinion, simply because all your debuffs are melee based. All of your power over time powers are melee based. So at times you'll find that a lot of controllers will, hard light characters will be DPSing more than they'll be controlling. By the end of the raid, and I know this guy had more gear than me, I had put out, I think, around 80k more power out to the group than he did by the end of the raid. So it was kind of frustrating for me seeing, another controller not pulling their weight, but I know the difficulties of, I do realize the difficulties of hard light controlling in PvE, especially in a raid with, bosses that can hit as hard as they do in FOS 1. So it's slightly frustrating for me, but like I said, mental is by far the easiest power to use for mental controlling, controlling in any kind of PvE instance. It can be argued which one is better for PvP. I think hard light makes for an awesome controller in PvP, simply because you can stay on top of the healer the entire time that you're in there fighting them, and also because you can keep those debuffs on, keep debuffs on them, and be able to keep power out to everybody. As you can see there, Mr. E went down and went off somewhere by himself, and as a little payback, because it's a little thing that Mr. E loves to do in whenever we are raiding, or I think I've caught him doing it once or twice in PvP too. If you get dropped in a at any time and you're grouped up with Mr. E, he will come over and teabag you. It's when you're not doing a difficult raid or instance like say like FOS 2 or 3, it can be make for a funny moment. It's always not fun to see that, but it's good for a laugh. But it can be frustrating, when he has this uncontrollable urge to go over and teabag you while you're in the middle of, say, the Sunstone Broodmother fight on FOS 1, which he's been known to do. So, let's see here. We've got a few more of these Cadmus agents to go. Oh, also, check some of my videos. Mr. E's got some recording equipment too, and he's put out a couple of very funny videos. He does it just for fun. He's usually the guy who is the person who always takes the first comment on some of my videos. So you can check him out. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this second Cadmus Tech Up guy up here, because I think we can push through this and defend both of them at the same time, try and get this done as quickly as possible so we can move along. But I actually have a couple of people in my league who've I don't know if Mr. E is one of them or not, but a couple of people are switching their main characters to their electricity Tims, simply because I know one of them has been waiting for the electricity power since launch, and that's why he's switching his main, I believe. But yeah, a lot of people are really liking it. I haven't checked the forums lately to see what some of the reactions are, honestly, because at times, sometimes you check the forums and people are mostly there just to complain and cry about stuff instead of just giving good feedback. So and some people can say all my complaints are good feedback, but I mean, if you're not giving any kind of constructive this is what might be better and everything, it can be a little daunting to try and find the good posts on the official forums, you know, through all of the QQ posts on the forums, basically. So we're gonna finish up here, defend this last Cadmus agent, so you can get the munitions. Should be coming up soon here, and then we will have the boss fight, and then we have SSJ Carlos logging in for, you know, first time in a couple of weeks. And I was hoping to group up with him, maybe get into some PvP when we got out of here, but by the time I got out of here, he left. And went and logged onto his villain, which I thought was rather rude, but that's alright. As you can see, here's some more of the electrical healing here. I keep getting trapped by that doggone ship of his up there. You see the blue aura around Cosmic Bolt and Mr. E there, and I have the yellow aura around my hands for my weapons damage. You know, as they've said before, if it's yellow, it's DPS. If it's blue, it's healing for the electricity. So you know what to look for whenever you're facing another electricity player. And I keep getting trapped. The boss here, he kind of disappeared on us. We're like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? And oh, he went down here inside. This was the first time I'd seen him ever go downside on us, or go inside, go down and inside this room, this building here on us. But we'll come in here and finish off this.
Now you must reset Cadmus's defense systems.
Check our group loot. And we have a tank staff. We'll go ahead and we'll pass on that since we can't equip it at all. Or nor can we trade it, so pass along. As you see, I have the blue aura around me for the healing. And this area here, if you guys you know, have a good group together, you know, you have guys who know their job and also know how to play well, and they have decent gear, you can go through here and split up basically to complete all of these missions here. Mr. E followed me around because I can keep providing that power out to him. He is, I've noticed he's one of those guys who kind of likes to sometimes DPS and heal at the same time. As you can tell by the yellow aura around him, although I do believe, you know, he went super speed, so yeah, he's in the speed force right there. That's the speed force effect. So we go around here, we collect up all these sparks. Know that we have another investigation right there. You'll see most of the investigations, you know, where they're at while we're going along here. Like you know, I mean, if you guys want to run the normal alert, group up with some friends. I mean, I actually, you know, kind of do suggest it for any new player who is new to the game and you're wanting to test out your powers, you know, you test out loadouts and stuff. I do suggest you try and get a balanced group together to go through the normal alerts, just so you can. It helps you learn the process of playing your role. And it can be helpful not just for PvE, but it's helpful for PvP too. I mean, you know, especially with controlling, you know, keeping the power over time out there for everybody, keeping debuffs, especially on bosses. It helps a lot. But
no directive received.
Go through here. This is one of the areas. Actually, each area can slow you down on the speed feed, so it's always good to try and split up whenever you're trying to get the speed feed. Even if, you know, if you want to go and groups of 2, or if you want to try and solo an area to
Signal lost.
try and get the speed feat. However, if you're doing the if you're a low level doing the normal alert, or if you are under geared doing the tier 1 hard alert, I don't recommend that you split up, simply because, as you saw with Mr. E earlier in the last area, he did get taken out. He did get dropped by the ads in there, simply because we weren't there to provide him any assistance. And go ahead and push this guy off here. As you see, I accidentally hit Thought Bubble twice. The L2 button on my controller is wearing out on me a bit, so sometimes I end up accidentally hitting that power twice instead of going to the next power or using my tap triangle. But I do have a new controller now, so that should help out with me doing that. Actually, now that see this blue aura around myself here, the electricity healers would actually be a huge help in this area, in this alert, to get the speed feat, because if the electricity healer can put one of his heal over situational healing, his little fire and forget healing on the group, and if they going around getting the objectives for each area, if they happen to get in any trouble on their way, that healing power will click off and all that, and keep them alive. So it's actually kind of a good power to use for that. There's some random cash floating around. We'll go around and collect that up. It's always good to make sure you have money. I know a lot of free-to-play and premium guys are having money issues in regards to repairing, especially in buying some of the gear that I will show you, to like complete styles and stuff like that, or just to improve the gear that you are currently wearing. There's areas in this game, especially in open world, where you can farm cash or farm items that you can sell, so you can fill your wallet back up. If you're not willing to, or you don't want to spend the money to increase your wallet size. I know it's a bit to ask by SOE, especially for the premium players. I mean, I honestly think the premium players, especially since a lot of them are previous subscribers to the game from launch, I really think the wallet size should be more for the premium players, simply because, and a lot of those guys are doing end content now, even as premium. They are doing, the harder raids, and stuff. And if you're in a group that may have some come into some difficulties and everything, it can make it difficult for a premium person to complete a raid, because their gear ends up being broken, and they can't afford the repairs. I've actually seen a few people in raids complain about that, because they didn't have the money to repair, and we couldn't trade them any cash to so they get the repairs. Here we have the Alien Tech Belt, which is a controller only piece. I don't have that style, so I went ahead and I collected that. I am also the only controller in the group, so feasibly everybody should be passing on that, or if they, in this instance here, because it's only a 4-man group, they could greed on it if they wanted to. That way they could sell it for cash, but nobody else in the group should be needing on that. Okay, we come up here to our last area here, where we have to take these 4 pieces of kryptonite and move them along. Area 51 is by far probably one of the easiest alerts in the game, especially the normal one when you are a higher level. But see, we're moving right along here. Have a torch down here, just tanking everything into himself, doing his job well. See a nice big burst heal right there from Mr. E. Putting that nice blue aura out on everybody, keeping everybody alive. And Carlos, you will be resubbing. You can say it all you want. You will resub. Same faction arenas are coming up. Oh, yes. Other news. Update 7 is coming out. Assumingly, I'm guessing, sometime before Christmas, we will be having a Christmas time event involving the Orange Lanterns. And we are also getting the 5v5 Watchtower map for PvP. It's going to be a team deathmatch map. Now let's cross our fingers and hope same faction arenas are coming with it too. I have not seen, like I said, I have not checked the forums in a while, and actually haven't tweeted Jens in a while either to ask him any questions. But I will do that. Try and find out if it's going. Same faction PvP arenas are going to be included in Update 7 or not. I would like to think that they would be, since we are getting a new map. If you guys know for sure, let me know in the comments below. I'm really excited to find out about that. I'm excited to see a new map. Hopefully we'll get some progressive win feats for that map as well. And they'll also include the 2v2 Batcave and 8v8 FOS progressive win feats for those. That way, you know, I have some feats that I am more willing to chase after to increase my skill points on my main and with my alts as well. Yeah, but Orange Lantern event, they are there to steal Christmas, basically. So when I get more details on that, find out more details from SOE, that you know, all the news that I always get is on their official forum, so I highly suggest you check those out for that. But yeah, as far as I know, there's no release date yet. I actually probably should have checked on that before I started recording this. But yeah, the Orange Lanterns are going to be in Update 7. They are also releasing, that's also a our Christmas time event and the new map. So let's go ahead and we'll check while we're getting ready to do this boss fight here. This boss fight is not really difficult, but it can be tricky sometimes because he spawns in and different things can happen while he's during this boss fight here, and he does have a attack that will stun you and the entire group if you're not blocking. So always want to make sure you, as a controller, make sure you keep debuff on them, keep power over time going for everybody, and whenever you are get your hit counter up there above 10 or anything like that, you know, put a little psi empowerment or defib or recharge out, depending on which power you are for controlling, to keep everybody's power up. Let's see here, I'm looking in forums here, I'm trying to find the post with the Christmas time event stuff here in Update 7.
Deploy missile barrage.
But hoping we have a release date here so I can get you some information on that. I'm not seeing any info though so far about a release date. But moving right along here, yeah, let me know. I know a lot of you guys are already at 30 or getting closer to 30 than I currently am on my electricity tune, Estrella. You know, I'm just trying to get through the missions here. I do a few missions a night to get those out there for everybody. You know, try and show you guys little feats that you can get to make sure you have. I mean, at times, depending on how you level up, you can have upwards of around 35 skill points by the time you hit level 30. Sometimes more, depending on what you do. If you go through and you do some of the the normal alerts and all that with the explorations and everything, it's you can have a lot more skill points. But with the way I go, 35 skill points is about average for me when I'm leveling up a new tune. So yeah, I'm not finding anything. I'm not seeing any immediate posts on the forums here to tell you guys about the new content coming to us in Update 7. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Alright, we will click on this here. And okay. Yep. Coming soon. Alright, no date yet. But, see, they give the description here. Holidays are upon us, and DCO is ready to celebrate. Citizens of Metropolis and Gotham City are dressing up and decorating both cities, and you're all invited to join in on the fun. So it should be a nice Christmas-themed city experience with Metropolis and Gotham. Not everyone is feeling the happiness and joy of the holidays that the holidays bring, though. Larf Lees, the crafty leader of the Orange Lanterns, is doing everything in his power to make sure there's nothing left under anyone's tree, stealing presents from heroes and villains alike. So Larf Lees will be playing the part of the Grinch this in our Christmas content here. They have a pick here for new Christmas styles. Obviously they're Christmas themes, so they may not be everybody's cup of tea. But they also mentioned that here that if all you want for Christmas is someone else's two front teeth, they're going to have a brand new 5v5 player versus player map. That will take place in the heart of the Watchtower and provide plenty of heroes and villains' faces to smash. As far as we know, that is the only content that is being released in Update 7. I actually kind of like the idea of this. Smaller updates and everything with just little content is kind of cool. But anyways, this is the end of the alert, end of the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Take care. Bye.